Welcome to the Activity Center at First United Methodist Church in Plainview, Illinois for the first game of the 2023 summer season here in the Pro Basketball Association as the Plainview Knights take on the Tulia Bulls. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself for this opening game of the 2023 summer session here in the PBA, and we are already underway, so let's get right to the starting lineups for both squads. For the Tulia Bulls, who are in red jerseys with black shorts going right to left on your screen, number 0, Michael, number 3, Javon, number 4, Skyvon, number 10, Josh, and number 21, Jeremy. And for the Plainview Knights, it's number 0, Jeff Thetford, number 23, Jones, number 24, Levon Carter, number 30, Cole, and number 60, Jaquan Smith. As we have had a couple possessions for each squad, there's the alley whoopsie. And the reason I say whoopsie is because, well, the alley didn't quite complete the oops to finish out that lob pass, and we are still scoreless through the first 40 seconds of action. And of course, if you have not yet done so, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel here on Triangle by 1891 as they bring you PBA basketball for the entirety of the 2023 summer season. As that's Jaquan Smith who knocks down the three-point attempt, steal by Cole, and it's handled by the Plainview Knights. Jones drops it back to Levon Carter. His three a bit too strong off the back iron, and the Bulls handle the ball. Bringing it across the midcourt stripe is Skyvon, picks up his dribble. Plainview Knights appear to be playing a little bit of a 2-3 zone. Tulia Bulls, this is their first game in the Pro Basketball Association, and it's a 3 in the key. It looks like that one is called against Skyvon of the Bulls. So a turnover. Knights, 3-0 lead. Jaquan Smith, the lone bucket in this contest through the first 90 seconds of action. As you are watching PBA basketball, brought to you by Triangle by 1891. Thetford, step back 3. His 3 ball's just a bit short, but Levon Carter cleans it up, puts it up and in for his first 2 points of the contest. Knights take an early 5-0 lead. And there's a pass intended for someone, did not find its intended target, instead found the back of the gymnasium wall. An unforced error there by the Bulls. Consecutive turnovers on consecutive possessions, and it's the Knights who look to add to their 5-0 advantage. Jaquan Smith, one of the better three-point shooters in the PBA, as Cole's right-handed jump hook is off the mark. Steal by Thetford goes for the easy 2 with the bunny. His first points of the contest. Knights open up an early 7-0 lead. Driving into the paint is Cash, and that's Cash Money in the paint. First bucket for the Bulls. 7-2 contest. Carter, drive, kick back to Cole. Ball makes its way back to the top of the key. Over to Smith, and a pass intercepted by Josh, and here come the Bulls. Michael loses the handle, able to get it back. Right-handed floater's no good. Carter goes right to left with the crossover and is hacked on his way to the cup by Cash. And that'll be the first trip to the charity stripe of the 2023 summer PBA session, courtesy of Levon Carter, one of the more tenured and experienced players in the PBA. Carter's first free throw attempt off the mark. He'll have one more. The Plainview Knights were eliminated in the opening round of the 2023 winter season. Knights still trying to put together the winning formula as they will look forward to their next matchup against the Shreveport Kingdom Riders as Carter goes 1 of 2 at the line. Knights now boast a 6-point lead. By the way, if you do happen to be in Plainview on Saturday night for the upcoming matchup against Shreveport, if you have little ones under the age of 6, they get in free. No admission for the little ones. And only $5 admission into the contest on site as we got a packed house here in Plainview, Illinois. Turnover by the Bulls. Cole, right-handed jump hook, comes up empty, stays after it, and creates an extra possession by poking the ball loose. Just over 6 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. Ellis checks in, and Cole knocks it in from downtown. His first 3 points of the game. 9-point advantage, largest of the game for the Plainview Knights. Nice head fake by Cash, unable to get the left-handed finger roll to go. Second chance opportunity. Skyvon's midi is no good. Rebound handled by Jake Ellis. He'll push the pace. Carter. Touch pass over to Thetford. Knights reset. Neander, who's just checked into the game. He will stop pop 3, and they call an offensive foul or some sort of turnover on the Plainview Knights. As Zesder, number 1, awaits to check in for the Bulls. They trail by 9, nearing the midway point of the opening quarter, the opening game of the 2023 summer session here in the PBA. Cash shoots that entry pass in the direction of Josh, number 10. Ball tipped out of bounds by Meander. Possession stays with the Bulls. Newly checked in, Adrian. Not shy. Catch and shoot 3 from the left wing is off the mark. Here's LaVon Carter from downtown. Carter now with 7 points. 14-2 advantage in favor of Plainview. Couple substitutions on both sides. Newly checked into the game, Sean of the Bulls, number 5. Tries to weave his way through traffic. We're going to see if they call this reach-in foul on the floor or if the Bulls will be shooting a pair. And we have ourselves a timeout here as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action, just over 4 minutes remaining. They call a jump ball, handled by the Bulls. Immediately is Zesder. Lets it go and gets the kind bounce. 10-point lead now for Plainview, 14-4. As Carter pulls another one from distance. 50% from downtown as Plainview as that ball bounces off of Adrian of the Bulls, and Knights retain possession. Jalen Mason off the bench, over to Thetford. Ball swings over to Ellis from distance, and that one is splashed from the wet zone. 13-point lead for Plainview. 3:30 remaining in the opening quarter. Ball finds its way to Josh. Picks up his dribble, and intended pass for Zesder is tipped out of bounds. Bulls retain possession. The Bulls, they're an arguable game in the PBA. A bit of a struggle offensively, trying to find that early season chemistry. New team, new teammates. Against a veteran and experienced Plainview Knights squad, and that's the 5th turnover of the opening quarter for Tulia. 2-3 zone is giving the Bulls all kinds of issues here in the first quarter. Just under 3 minutes remaining. Knights with a 13-point lead. All the way to the cup. That's almost too easy by Jalen Mason. Good bit of work off the hop. 15-point lead. 3 ball, no good. Loose ball corralled by the Bulls. They'll get an extra possession. They try to trap Sean. Sean, drop step, no good. Meander momentarily gets the board. Ball falls loose, and going back up is Adrian as he gets his first points of the contest. Trims that deficit down to 13, 19-6, still in favor of Plainview. As Meander trying to penetrate off the dribble, count the bucket and the foul. A big boy bucket through contact for Meander. Going through the body of Sean. Tough left-handed finish. Falls for number 1, and 15-point lead can become 16 if Meander's able to complete the 3-point play the old way. Newly checked into the game, Thetford goes to the bench. Number 20, Drew, steps in for Plainview. His first bit of action in the 2023 summer season. Meander completes the 3-point play opportunity and a 16-point lead, the largest of the contest for Plainview, and we're only through 8 minutes of action. Cash over to Deremy. On the elbow, it's Skyvon. Off the mark, rebound goes to Carter. Ellis. His pass finds its way to its intended target, but LeVon Carter made an errant pass into the backcourt. And a rare turnover for this Plainview Knights offense. They played a pretty clean opening quarter. Bulls with possession but trail by 16. Just over a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Jeremy's pass over to Michael. Michael takes on a double team, able to drop it off to Adrian. His shot no good. Rebound goes to Skyvon. Over to Cash. Cash in the paint. And a tough contest from Carter. No call. Rebound goes to Meander. 16-point lead for Plainview. Final 55 seconds. Meander showing off the handles. Goes through the body and a big boy bucket again. This time going through Cash. 5 straight points for Meander. 18-point lead for Plainview. Here's a 3-ball. Off the mark from Michael. Rebound goes to Carter. Carter, break. Ellis. That one's good from 3-ball corner pocket. First points of the game from Jake Ellis, and it's a triple and a 21-point lead in the first quarter. Cash, Euro step, that one blocked by Carter. A full court heave does find its intended target to Ellis. Final 20 seconds of the opening quarter. Open Drew from downtown, yes sir. Back-to-back triples for Plainview. 24-point lead in the opening quarter. Final 13 seconds. Skyvon over to Adrian. To Deremy. 8 seconds left, and there's a bucket to finally end the run by Michael. Final seconds of the opening period. Here's Mason. Mason, Hezzy, and the blow-by against Cash. And it's Cash money to lay it up and in. Your score at the end of one, 32-8, as the Plainview Knights are on top of the Bulls as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action here in Plainview, Illinois. It's the Knights on top of the Bulls, 32-8, as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself. A dominating opening performance, or opening quarter, from the Plainview Knights. Checking into the game is Williams. His attempt at the rack, no good. Going the other way and high off the glass. Kisses it off the top of the box. is Michael, who now has 4 points in this game. Substitutions for both squads heading into the second quarter, and that's Drew, who knocks down his second triple of the contest. He's got 6 points. 25-point lead for Plainview. There's a nifty scoop. There it is from Sean, who gets into the action with 2 points. Here's Jaquan Smith. His 3-ball no good. Rebound goes to Sean, going the other way. Sean right into the teeth of a double team and does get the whistle. Reach-in foul on Plainview Knights. It goes against Drew, his first personal. We're going to see exactly how this Tulia Bulls squad, as they try to figure out exactly what their identity on both sides of the court is going to be, as Sean's first free throw attempt is a bit too strong. He'll have one more. Plainview, an experienced team here in the Pro Basketball Association. Sean goes empty from the charity stripe, but Josh makes up for it by tipping that one up and in. Nearly losing the handle was Williams, corralled by Ortiz. As Polite checks in, number 10 as well for Plainview. Here's Drew to Polite. Touch pass to Ortiz. Loose ball handled by Drew. Over to Jaquan Smith for 3. That one off the mark. Rebound goes to Sean, and he decides to push the pace for the Bulls. Sean loses the handle, and another turnover for Tulia. 35-14 in favor of Plainview. Just over 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. 24-point lead heading into the second period, as the Plainview Knights frustrated the Bulls on the defensive end of the court and got it going from downtown to finish the first quarter. Jaquan Smith, give and go to Williams. Back out to Smith. Working on Jeremy. Picks up his dribble. Here's Drew. Up fake. Drop step. Lefty scoop is no good, and ball goes out against Tulia. I do not believe the ball touched the rim, so the shot clock is still active as the Knights retain possession. Thetford driving baseline. Finds a wide open Drew. Right wing 3 is good. Drew's got it going from distance, his third triple. 9 points in the game and a 38-14 advantage in favor of Plainview. Sean loses the handle. Ball finds its way to Josh. His jumper off the glass is no good. Rebound goes to Smith. Smith lobbed to Thetford, and that one a bit off the mark. Already used the alley whoopsie. Another lob attempt. That doesn't find its mark for Plainview, and another turnover here from the Bulls. Here comes Williams. Contested 3 in transition, bit too strong. Loose ball handled by Jeremy. And the Bulls trying to cut into a 24-point deficit with 7:30 remaining in the first half. Newly checked in. That's Dre from downtown. His is off the mark. Ball thrown off of the leg of Jeremy. It's been tough sledding from three-point land for the Tulia Bulls. Almost a lid on the basket through the first 12 minutes of action. Both teams going to the bench. 24-point lead for Plainview. Carter to a cutting. Meander, no good. Rebound snared by Zesder. Here's Cash. Dribble penetration. Pull-up jumpers off the mark. Zester able to grab an extra possession for the Tulia Bulls, but it's poked out of bounds by Meander. Possession stays with the Bulls. Zester able to split the defense and nearly gets a wild runner to go. Instead, it rattles in and out. Rebound goes to Carter. Lamont Carter finds Drew for 3. That one off the mark. One of the few that Drew's missed in this contest. Carter able to get an extra possession for Plainview. Over to Jaquan Smith, corner 3. That one a bit too strong as well. Board handled by Javon. Pushes the pace, 3-on-2 break. And it's laid up and in by Adrian. And Adrian, it's about time the Bulls were able to get some transition points. They do force a timeout from Plainview as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action. Knights on top of the Tulia Bulls, 38-16. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself as you are watching this opening game of the 2023 summer season here in the PBA, here on Triangle by 1891. All Plainview through the first 13 minutes of action. Neander's pass goes right through the hands of Thetford, but it is handled by Carter. Ellis back to Carter. Carter pulls from the left wing. Bit too strong. Zester snares the board. Here come the Bulls. Pass stolen by Ellis. Off the hop, Jaquan Smitty takes the elevator to the top floor and brings the hammer down. Off the hop. There's your highlight of the week, and there's a block by Smith. Action finally slows, but Jaquan Smith able to track that one in midair. It almost looked like it was premeditated. See stuff like that in the dunk contest, but Jaquan Smith able to rise up. Fantastic bit of work. As the zone continues to give the Bulls issues, they do have possession. They trail by 24. Nearly halfway through the second period. There's a good bit of work by Javon, who now has 4 points. Bulls still have a lot of work to do with 5:25 remaining in the second quarter. Carter down to Smith on the left block. Here's a cutting meander. Misses the bunny. One of the few shots that have not gone for the Knights here in the first half. Cash finds a cutting Zester. Can't get the layup to go. Good hustle from Adrian, who gets an extra possession for Tulia, but he loses the handle. Another turnover from the Bulls. They are already at 11 turnovers here in the first half. It takes a little bit of time to get the chemistry and timing that you want and find your identity offensively and defensively. As the Knights have a 22-point lead, and I'm not sure he called glass, but that is an and one in the rare 4-point play opportunity for Levon Carter. Count that one and the foul. And that bank shot was deposited from the left wing as Carter does complete the 4-point play opportunity. Everything going the way of the Plainview Knights. Largest lead of the contest at 26 points with just over 4:30 remaining in the second quarter. And finally getting one to go from downtown is Adrian. He's got 5 points. The Bulls do answer on the other end, 44-21 in favor of Plainview. Smith, lob, and a nice oop on the finish there from the newly checked in Gorham. Jaquan Smith goes for the steal against Cash, and Cash turns it over. Levon Carter up to Smitty. Trailing is Thetford. He knocks it in from the right wing. Everything going the way of the Plainview Knights. They're playing loose, they're playing fast, and there's another turnover forced. This zone defense is just harassing the Bulls out on the perimeter. Jaquan Smith finally gets a breather. Williams will check in, number 32 for the Plainview Knights. Inbounds to Ellis. Carter, no hesitation. Why not? Rattles in and out. Rebound goes to Skyvon, and Skyvon rises up and lays it up and in. 49-23 in favor of Plainview. Williams driving baseline and able to draw the charge is Josh. Firmly planted himself along that baseline. As checking out is Thetford, and in checks Jalen Mason. Mason, scouting report reads, he is an offensive weapon off the bench for the Plainview Knights. He's got 4 right now in the contest. Plainview, a 26-point lead with 3:20 remaining in the first half. And a pass that is off the mark from Sean, and 13th turnover of the first half from Tulia. Here's Carter to Mason. Mason up fake, loses the handle. It might have been poked free. And they do say that Dre got his hand on it. Jake Ellis, corner 3, no good. Rebound goes to Skyvon. Here's a tough runner, a Euro step through a lot of traffic. Able to go for Skyvon. He's got 4 points. Mason from straight away. Yes, sir! Jalen Mason, and just everything falling right now for Plainview. The bank is open. That's the second time I don't think a 3-point attempt was called glass, but has fallen for the Plainview Knights. 52, now 27. It was a 27-point lead, the largest of the contest, until Skyvon gets his 6th point of the contest. A hezzy from Garum loses the handle. Here come the Bulls. Michael into the body, and does look like that's Levon Carter who raises his hand. And a rare trip to the line for the Bulls. You'd be hard-pressed to... Well, in today's world of basketball, you see a lot of positionless basketball, a lot of motion in the ocean, ball movement, as Michael's first free throw attempt is off the mark. But the Bulls have had a lot of trouble trying to navigate their way through that 2-3 zone. As it's a kind bounce. Michael goes 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. 24-point lead as Mason fires from straight away. Oh my goodness. He banks in the first 3. That one goes above the backboard and drops in. 2 3-pointers in the second quarter for Jalen Mason. Sometimes literally everything is going your way. It is a 27-point lead for Plainview. Ball finds its way to Sean. He returns fire from distance. No good. Going right back up was Josh. His attempt no good, and Sean tried to tap that one in. Excuse me, that was Michael who was trying to clean up the offensive glass. And for the second time in 3 possessions, Michael will go to the charity stripe, and for the second time, he will miss the first free throw. The Bulls, though, able to double their offensive output from the first period. Scored 21 here in the second. Unfortunately, the Knights have continued to pour it on offensively. They lead 55-29. Mason picks up his dribble, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. Looks like that might go on Skyvon. His second personal. Mason will go to the line. Excuse me, that's a foul on the floor. And beautiful find to Williams, who misses the bunny. The outlet pass, not handled from distance, is Gorham, no good. Another possession, Williams can't quite get up another shot. Here come the Bulls, Skyvon lays it up and in on the reverse. The Bulls trying to finish this second quarter with a little bit of offensive momentum heading into the halftime period. Final 40 seconds, high screen from Williams. Ellis, his three-pointer's a bit too strong. Going to the rack was Gorham. A lot of contact. It looks like he will shoot his first free throws of the contest. Gotham. His first free throw attempt is off the mark, and I do believe Mr. Gotham is a threat to get into double digits off the bench. He does go 1 of 2 at the charity stripe. 56-31, final 10 seconds. Pass stolen from Ellis. Tries to beat Skyvon to the bucket and does. 58-31 in favor of Plainview. Final 5 seconds. Not sure if he got it off in time. I do believe Josh did slam that one home, and it's 58-33 in favor of Plainview over the Tulia Bulls as we go to halftime, as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We'll be right back. We resume action here in the third period from Plainview, Illinois. It's the Knights on top of the Tulia Bulls, 58-33. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. First game of the 2023 summer season, and it's been all Plainview Knights. There are a handful of offensive performances to discuss for the Plainview Knights in the first half. We got Jaquan Smith, we've got Levon Carter, as Ellis's three-point attempt is off the mark. Ball is out of bounds, and will go to the Tulia Bulls. And then off the bench, you had Jalen Mason, who also had himself a nice second quarter. That pass is nearly stolen from Levon Carter, and this has been a recurring theme in this contest as the Tulia Bulls have 15 turnovers in the first half. Jeremy finds Zesder. Zesder loses his footing, and they call a travel on the Bulls center. 9:15 remaining in the third quarter. All Plainview. And the Bulls have switched to a zone of their own as Jaquan Smith, his three-ball rattles in and out from the left corner. And it's handled from Cash. Cash, his shot stamped by Thetford. He gets his own loose ball and decides to go right in the body of Jeremy. No call, out of contact. Ball finds its way to Cash. Cash over to Javon. Javon no good. Up and in on the offensive glass is Adrian, who now has 7 points. As the Bulls cut into their 25-point deficit. Knights still on top, 58-35. Ellis. Wide open man in the corner. It's Jones. He's off the mark. Slow start offensively for Plainview here in the third quarter. Jeremy asking for a screen. Gets Adrian, cuts to the cup. Jeremy, his midi no good. Rebound to the Bulls, but they turn it right back over. Cash's passes off the mark and stolen by Thetford. 17th turnover of the game for Plainview. For Tulia. Plainview on top by 23, 58-35, as Ellis gets an open look from 3, and he buries it. More impressive work defensively. Just everything seeming like it's a struggle offensively right now for the Bulls. Jones forces the steal. Ball goes out of bounds, though. Fortuitous for Tulia. They trail by 26. They have their work cut out for them. Ball finds its way to Zesder. Zesder lays it up and in. He's got 4 points. 24-point lead for Plainview. Thetford driving baseline. Lost the handle, able to get it over to Carter, and the Knights reset. Smith, Hezzy, crossover, finds a cutting Jones. Jones unable to finish on the reverse layup. Rebound goes to Zesder. And the Bulls trying to chip away at this 24-point deficit. Over to Zesder, the big man showing the range. Unfortunately, he's way off the mark with that three-point attempt, misses everything. Here come the Knights. Oh, beautiful find behind the back from Carter to Jaquan Smith, who lays it up and in with the left hand. Beautiful bit of offense in transition. Here comes Carter on the long rebound. Even break. Carter, Euro step, got it. They do not count it. They're going to call that one on the floor. That erases what was a beautiful bit of work and a one-man break from LeVon Carter. Referees here in the PBA do a fantastic job. They're trying to talk their way through this one as we resume action. 7:20 remaining in the third quarter. Jones's 3 is off the mark. Still a 26-point lead in favor of the Plainview Knights. Cash over to Javon. Now back to Cash. Jeremy, pull up midi. Got it. Jeremy finally gets on the board here in the third quarter. Trims the deficit down to 24. As the Plainview Knights also try to attack this 2-3 zone. Jalen Mason decides to pull from distance, and that time he did not require the assistance of a lucky bounce or off the glass. He buries that triple and now gets the steal. Mason driving baseline. Up and in goes Jalen Mason. Count the bucket and the foul. A one-man 5-0 run in less than 15 seconds. Impressive bit of offensive work from Jalen Mason. And you see why the Knights are so excited to have him coming off the bench. He is instant offense. As the coach said that Jalen Mason can give you 20 any given night. He is certainly an offensive weapon to go alongside some other talented scorers on this Plainview roster. As Jones checks out, Cole checks in. And we'll see if Mason can complete the three-point play opportunity to give the Knights their largest lead of the contest, and that would be a 30-point advantage, and he does. 6 points in the third quarter from Jalen Mason. He's now got 14 in the contest. Mason nearly came away with another steal. Sean lost the handle, but instead a little bit too much body there from Jalen Mason. First team foul, and Bulls retain possession. Packed house here in Plainview, Illinois. As Jalen Mason, another steal. 2 steals, 6 points in the third quarter for Mason. Mason decides to go to work by himself, tries to split a triple team, and this time tries to do a little bit too much. Unable to convert. The referee's trying to discuss exactly whose possession it is. Plainview still rocking a 30-point lead with Just over 5 minutes remaining in the third period. Jalen Mason starting to heat up here in the third quarter. Possession will stay with Plainview. On the floor for the Knights. Ellis will inbound. Thetford, Carter, Mason, and Cole. Inbound does go to Mason. On the left block, Mason. Little pivot work. Fade away, no good. Rebound goes to Josh of the Bulls. And here comes Tulia. Cross-court pass. Over to Skyvon. Thinks about a step-back three, thinks otherwise. Now it's Sean working on Mason. Sean gets that one poked away by Thetford. And loose ball is going to go in favor of Plainview. Another turnover from Tulia. We're at the halfway point of the third quarter. Knights with a 30-point advantage. Here's Cole from downtown. Yes, sir. Cole now with 5 points. 33-point lead for Plainview. And Cole on the other end will not pass go, and you will not get an easy 2 points, says Cole, as a good, hard, healthy foul against Sean, and Sean will go to the charity stripe to shoot a pair. He paid for it, but access has been granted. And Sean has been one of the offensive catalysts of the Bulls in this contest, as Cash will check in. Sean knocks down his first free throw attempt. It will be interesting to see how this Tulia Bulls offense evolves and what type of rhythm they can get into later as the 2023 summer season progresses. Sean knocks down a pair. Deficit now down to 31 with 4:19 remaining in the third period. Bringing it across the midline is Mason, and there's Meander. No hesitation from Mr. Meander, who knocks it in from distance. He's got 8 points. Good ball movement. Open three on the wing. Ball refuses to go down. Josh's put-back attempt, no good. Michael gets another look. He can't get it to go. And the ball goes out of bounds on Skyvon. And everything continues to go the way of the Plainview Knights. 34-point lead, under 4 minutes remaining. Here's Cole, another corner three. This time he hits the top of the backboard. Goes right into the hands of Jeremy. Decides to run the break. Bulls reset. Cash. A nice little lob pass right to the cup to Jeremy. That was a beautiful find from Cash. There's a reason why they call it a dime. That was Cash money right to the rim. Plainview still on top as Jalen Mason fires from distance. No good. Rebound handled by Alvarez. An extra possession. Ellis decides to cash in on the second chance opportunity for the Plainview offense. Now a 35-point lead in favor of Plainview, as it's a timeout from Tulia, as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action. 3:16 remaining in the third quarter. It's the Plainview Knights on top of the Tulia Bulls, 78-43, as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself. Inaugural game for the Tulia Bulls has been a rough one, as they have run into a Plainview Knights offense that is clicking on all cylinders. And they now have possession as they lead by 35. Final 3 minutes of the third period. Here's Meander. Little pick and roll with Cole. Cole Kicks it back out to Meander, and Meander loses the handle, poked away by Skyvon, but it's out on the Bulls. Possession stays with Plainview. Inbound goes to Mason on the left wing. He wants an ISO. Jab step, step back, 3, no good. Even break now for the Bulls. Michael can't get the runner to go. And a pair of Bulls can't quite corral the loose ball. Now it's a 3-on-2 break. Jalen Mason tries to go up and under the hand of Jeremy. They're going to call Jeremy on the personal foul, say he got him on the way up and under. As Jeremy tries to plead his case to the referee, and looks like to no avail. Mason will go to the line to shoot a pair. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the third period. Plainview Knights are well on their way to starting the 2023 summer session in the win column. As Jalen Mason still perfect from the line in the contest. Knocking down the first. As the next contest for the Plainview Knights on the calendar is Shreveport. Mason knocks down a pair. Largest lead of the game at 37. Cash. Dribble penetration. Oh, beautiful touch pass. Michael leading Skyvon right to the cup. 8 points for Skyvon. Tell you what, the Bulls have flashed some signs of life on the offensive end. A lot of touch passes, a lot of quality ball movement. Speaking of ball movement, a good find from Meander to Cole as Cole's little 8-foot push shot comes up a bit strong. But the Bulls have shown signs of life offensively. They have just taken a little bit too long to find an effective way to attack the Knights 2-3 zone. I think that there's plenty to build on offensively. Cash. Cross-court pass intended for Michael. That one air-mailed out of bounds. 18 turnovers now for Tulia. Just over a minute remaining here in the third period. Mason finds Williams. Williams going at Josh. Good bit of defense from number 10 of the Tulia Bulls. Able to move his feet well and stay with the quicker Williams. And that on the other end, Josh unable to convert. Meander comes up with the loose ball. Meander in transition. There is a foul on the floor. It looks like potentially an illegal screen on Jalen Mason. A turnover from Plainview, as they still boast a 35-point lead. Final 50 seconds as Skyvon now in double digits. His mid-range jumper makes it a 33-point contest. Mason dribbles into trouble, kicks it out. Meander from straight away, and that misses everything. Meander will head back to the bench. A couple substitutions here to finish out the third period. Bulls still trail by 33. Final 30 seconds. Errant pass from Michael. Steal from Ellis, who fires from distance at the buzzer. That one goes. Excuse me, not at the buzzer. I thought it looked like people were coming off the bench. I thought we ran out of time. And instead, it's Cash all the way to the rack. No good. And it looks like they will call a foul on Alvarez. Blocking foul, and that'll send Cash to the line. Boy, I thought Jake Ellis had brought the house down here in Plainview at the end of this third period. Some of the bench members got onto the floor there in excitement. Got the announcer here in preseason form, thinking that we were at the end of the quarter. As Cash, his first free throw attempt is a bit too strong. But it is a 36-point lead, and that was a tough free throw attempt there from Cash. He'll come up empty from the line. And that was the closing moment of the third period as you are watching PBA basketball. The Plainview Knights on top of the Tulia Bulls 83-47 as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. Fourth and final quarter of action here on Triangle by 1891 in the opening game of the 2023 summer season here in the PBA as the Plainview Knights are on top of the Tulia Bulls 83-47. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself, and you're looking at the scoreboard correctly. It has been mostly Plainview Knights excellence in this contest, but it's Zesder who now has 8 points and some happy fans there in the top of your screen. Now a 34-point game, and my goodness, a putback jam from Jeff Thetford. We have seen a couple of aerial performances above the rack today. One from Thetford, also the other from Jaquan Smith, and all smiles for Plainview right now. Giving the fans who paid their $6 admission every penny's worth. That beautiful putback jam. We saw Jaquan Smith earlier in the game. Back in the second quarter, off a loose ball, bounce high above the rim, and Smith was able to track it out of the air and throw it down with authority. Plainview Knights feel confident that they're going to be a contender in the 2023 summer season as Thetford's three-pointer is off the mark. Gotham back to Thetford. Thetford loses the handle, and there's a steal from Adrian. Here come the Bulls. Adrian, oh, nice pocket pass, and it is not handled from Sean Smith. Beautiful find, and a nice tap pass to Gotham, who lays it up and in. Plainview Knights now having fun out there, and nearly a unforced turnover. Javon loses the handle. Josh called for the loose ball foul, and actually the foul occurred before the shot in the act of the shot attempt, as Zesder will go to the line to shoot a pair. And that might be the quickest free throw routine I've ever seen. Zesder just like throws it at the rim. First one goes down, one bounce, that ball's in the air. Boy, oh boy, you are not hitting fast forward on your YouTube TV player. That was just a very fast 2 free throw attempts that both went down for Zesder. Now he gets the miss. And here come the Bulls. They still trail by 36. As Zesder again. 6 points here in the fourth quarter for Zesder. Jaquan Smith, step back three, no good. Rebound goes to Adrian. The Bulls going on a mini run here to start the fourth and final period. Adrian, back out to Zesder. Picks up the dribble, arid pass. Luckily that one was not stolen. Here's Javon from downtown, no good. Ball poked out of bounds and will stay with the Tulia Bulls as Zesder steps to the bench. In checks Dre. Here's an open three from Sean, and he knocks it in from the left wing. Down to a 31-point game. As the Bulls off to a great start here in the fourth quarter. Over to Gotham. Gotham goes at the rack, and we'll see if they decide to call that an offensive foul, and they do. The charge is drawn by Tulia. We'll see if the Bulls can continue this offensive momentum. Here's Sean. Over to Dre. And Dre's pass is intercepted by Traquan Smith. Smith left wide open for three. No good. Thetford on the follow and gets it to go. And as has been the case all game, more defensive pressure. Defense turns to offense. As here's the lob to Thetford, and he nearly would have brought the house down if he got that one to go. Not quite able to convert on that lob attempt. It's Sean on the other end who lays it up and in. Ball stripped but finds its way to Thetford for the three. No good. Rebound goes to Dre, who is trying to corral the loose ball. Finally does. Dre behind the back pass intercepted by Jaquan Smith. 3-on-2 break. Smith, no look pass and a beautiful feed to Gotham right to the rim. Gotham now with 6 points. Lead swells back to 33. Back on the other end, answering is Dre, who knocks it in from the left wing. One of the few three-pointers for the Bulls that has gone in this contest, and Gotham nearly lets it go from the logo. Off the mark, and timeout from the head coach of the Tulia Bulls as we have ourselves a 30-point game with just over 6 minutes remaining in the fourth and final period as you are watching PBA basketball here on Triangle by 1891. We resume action. Fourth and final period is well underway, and it's well in hand for the Plainview Knights as they lead 91-61. I'm Derek Tate alongside myself as this opening game of the 2023 summer season has been mostly in favor of the Plainview Knights. Here's Cole. Oh, that shot is stamped. What a block from Dre. Great effort defensively. And Carter, no-look pass, goes right to Dre. Dre, his pass tipped, handled by Cash. Nice touch pass, and another beautiful find. Adrian to Jeremy. Jeremy now with 4 points. Again, the Bulls have shown plenty of signs of life offensively when it comes to ball movement. All 5 players are a threat to score, and there's a nice find on the alley. Oops, that is finished up by Jalen Mason. You only get the whoopsie if you throw it down with a jam. Here's Dre from downtown. That one no good. Misses everything, and the rebound goes to Meander. Good find to Jones. His baseline jumper no good. Gets his own miss. Pass tipped and stolen by Jeremy. Outlet. Skyvon. Corner three. Rattles in and out. Adrian fighting on the offensive glass and able to get it back up and in. As the Bulls... If we were just going by the fourth quarter, the Bulls would have a lead. Unfortunately, might be a little bit too little, too late. As here's Jalen Mason working on Cash. Jalen Mason is a handful for anybody to handle on the perimeter. Might call this one on the floor. Cash trying to give a little bit of perimeter pressure. Less than 5 minutes remaining in the fourth and final period. Plainview on top by 28. Meander tried to show off the handle and said he lost the handle. Jeremy pulls from downtown. His shot off the mark. Here's Cole. Step back three. No good. Good save from Carter, but it goes right into the hands of Sean. Outlet. Adrian. His three is a bit short. Mason. Pressured. Now a steal from Adrian. Ball tapped back. Here comes Cash. Cash, oh, a nice find to Adrian, who lays it up and in. Got to give it to Tulia. They have continued to battle here in the fourth quarter of a game that seems well in hand. As Levon Carter, contested runner, off the mark. 3-on-2 break. Adrian in that shot. Sent into the north side wall of the gymnasium by Jalen Mason. Two-way player for the Plainview Knights. Perhaps a couple substitutions for the Knights for a quick timeout, as we've got 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining and we resume action. We are right back at it. Here's Levon Carter, tries to go coast to coast, unable to get it to go. Jalen Mason, a tough finish. Mason has had himself a fantastic outing off the bench, as the Plainview Knights are going to have plenty of momentum heading into their matchup against Shreveport. Couple substitutions for the Bulls as we approach the final 3 minutes of action here in Plainview. And oh my goodness! That shot sent into another galaxy by Mason. A denial of epic proportions, and there's an attempt from Meander that's to no avail. Mason gets the steal. Here comes Jalen Mason. Why not? Pulls from distance, and that one off the mark. Boy, you really wanted that one to fall. What an effort defensively by Jalen Mason. Extra possession for Plainview. Carter. Crossover, pull up Jay, no good. Rebound goes to Dre. Dre, drop off. No good, but Josh able to clean it up. .26 lead. Just over 2 minutes remaining, and that one doesn't go for Jalen Mason. There's a good find from Sean up to Dre, who's given some quality minutes for the Bulls here in the fourth and final period. This was once a 40-point contest, and now it's back down to 24, but with just under 2 minutes remaining, it's not going to be enough. As Jalen Mason, tough take. A big boy finish right at the rack. Lead swells back to 26, and an errant pass from Zesder. Most likely the final couple substitutions in this one. As Thetford and Levon Carter will call it a contest. Final 90 seconds. The Plainview Knights are going to start the season 1-0, while the Tulia Bulls, they're an arguable game in the PBA. They will start in the loss column, as Gotham's contested three is no good. And Dre nearly able to dribble through 4 different Plainview defenders before losing the handle. Here goes Sean. Sean all the way to the rim, and oh my goodness, he misses the wide open layup. Thetford chases down the loose ball. Outlet all the way to Williams, and that layup goes. Knights closing in on the century mark. And nearly a tough contested layup that goes. Instead, Williams picks up the foul. That'll send Sean to the line. Plenty to build on here for the Tulia Bulls. Fantastic effort here in the fourth and final period as Sean knocks down the first. There will be better days ahead for this Bulls squad, as Sean goes knocks down both free throws. Final 30 seconds. As the Knights look content to go ahead and dribble it out until I said that, and Gotham knocks down a corner three. as the pass is then stolen by Gotham. Up to Smith, lob, and the lob is off the mark. As Jaquan Smith and the Knights will go ahead and take one more triple look. No good. Rebound goes back to the Knights, and why not? The official stamp of approval from Jaquan Smith. As that'll do it here in Plainview as the Knights top the Tulia Bulls by a final score of 104-73. Again, if you have not yet done so, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel here on Triangle by 1891 so you do not miss any of the 2023 summer season action here in the Pro Basketball Association. And you are getting a look at the winning tradition for the Plainview Knights as they win their opening contest 104-73 to improve to 1-0 on the season. I'm Derek Tate. Thank you for joining us for this contest, and we'll see you next time.